Hi everyone, join me on your mat today for a short and effective restorative yoga practice. Restorative is a fabulous late afternoon or early evening practice because it can be incredibly relaxing and help you to get a really great night's sleep. Restorative is where we bring our body into postures and then allow the weight of our body and gravity to do the work for you. So meet me on your mat. You're going to want a bolster or two or a few pillows. I have 3 beach towels that are great for rolling up and using as additional props as well. I have 2 yoga blocks, and really any semblance of those types of items, they don't have to be blocks and they don't have to be bolsters purchased from the store. They can be pillows and DIY yoga blocks. So meet me on your mat in tabletop position and we will get started. On your mat, come to hands and knees position. Your knees right underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. Lengthen through your spine. Inhale and soften down. Cow pose, belly button eases towards the earth. Crown of your head and tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale as you roll, low back, mid back, upper back. Open up through your shoulder blades. Inhale and soften down. And you're probably already observing that I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. I'm wearing long yoga pants. You might even want to leave a pair of socks on. Most of the time in restorative practice, we're not doing a ton of moving around, so you're really not going to feel very breathy, and you're not going to build body heat. So it's a good idea to be layered so that you can be warm and comfortable, because that is the first rule of our restorative practice. Just one more full breath here. Inhaling through cow pose, exhaling through cat pose. Coming to a neutral spine, walking your hands to the left side of your mat and step your right foot forward. We're going to come into a low lunge. And before we go anywhere, just check in with the rear knee. We want to push forward of the knee so that the knee is not right underneath the hip. And this is where one of your towels can really come in handy, to bring one of the towels right underneath your knee and your shin, pointing your toe back behind you. Now I'm going to bring 2 bolsters. So this is the one that I made in the video. And I'm going to continue to walk my foot forward. Many of you are familiar with a low lunge, so we're going to get down into this position where you can really feel the lengthening through the hip structure here. And then you can walk your forearms onto your block here, or you can walk your hands right down to your mat and allow your body to fall over your pillow or your bolster. While you're getting into that posture, I'm going to demonstrate how you can use your blocks to create even more structure, even more support. So by putting 2 of my blocks right under here, and it seems like it's really wobbly and unstable, but the weight of your body is going to hold it all in place. So if I bring my body down, nothing is really going anywhere, and I can really relax into this posture. So when you find yourself in the posture, start to breathe, especially right into the groin area, hamstrings of the right leg, the quadricep, hip flexors of the left leg. And you can even feel this really nice abdominal engagement as you're rolling forward and opening through the backside body. As you breathe, you can use a Kundalini trick of, with every inhale, you're breathing right up through the body and coming right up to the crown of the head. That's going to help to really create that arch and open up the backside of the body. As you ease down into this posture, know that you're probably going to be a little wiggly, a little squiggly. Your body's going to feel a little pinchy. One of the hardest parts of restorative practice is holding still and just being in place for as long as we are. Oftentimes your mind can start racing and thoughts are running, and did I turn off the stove, or did I put this item on my grocery list? So when you find yourself, your brain running away with you, see if you can breathe into this very moment and quietly bring yourself back to where you are. One of the ways that I do this in my own practice is to breathe right into the places of discomfort, you know, the pinch of the stretch or the muscle of the posture. So breathing and feeling your body in space here. We'll take just 3 more full breaths on this side. And at the bottom of your next exhale, wherever that is, slowly start to come up to hands and knees position. Take that right leg and bring it back behind you. Chances are the left knee might be feeling a little tender, so go ahead and come right off of the left foot, left knee and left shin, and bringing the left foot to the mat, to the floor. Setting yourself up for success by putting your right knee and right shin on your towel, and then making any adjustments to your tower to set yourself up for a really nice restorative pose. You might find that bringing your stack right back to be touching the quadricep of the right thigh might be exactly where you need that work. And then being able to come down and feel that support right underneath your body. Of course, coming to the forearms is also a great way to make this a little bit more manageable for your body. Anytime we're getting into a deep stretch like this, the higher you can keep the torso, the farther away from the mat, the more manageable it will be, the less pinchy. So just knowing that those are the tricks, the tools, to make this posture 100% yours. Starting to breathe into those tender areas, feeling the hamstring on the left leg, the groin, feeling the hip flexor and quadricep of the rear stretched leg, the right leg. As well, feeling the abdominal wall, and as you breathe, every exhale pulls the belly button in towards the spine. Every inhale opens up the back body. Feel your shoulder blades slide to the side and the stretch right in between the shoulder blades and the rhomboid muscle. Breathe and observe. Just 3 more full breaths here. And I didn't put music on today. I do have something very, very quiet going in the background. But restorative is a great opportunity to put on any type of music that really soothes you. So once you have practiced this class once or twice, and you know the postures and what we're doing, you can put on your favorite music and really use that as an opportunity to settle into your body, settle into your stretches. Just 3 more full breaths here, focusing on your breath and focusing on your body. And just 1 more full breath. And at the bottom of your exhale, use your inhale to slowly unwind. I'm just going to move my stack off to the side so that I can show you my gate pose. Pulling my left knee back, putting my knee on my towel, send your right leg out and come up to our gate pose, kneeling on our left knee, right leg extended out, and reach your left arm up and over your body, feeling this really delicious side body stretch. And then look underneath your arm towards the ceiling. This is a really great way to neutralize that hip work. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly coming back to center, bringing the right leg in, right knee and shin on your towel. Extend your left leg long. Inhale your right arm up and overhead, feeling that big side body stretch. Maybe looking underneath your arm towards the ceiling. Breathe and observe. Just one more full breath. And then utilize your exhale to come back to the top. Hands come to your mat, coming down to a hands and knees posture, your tabletop. I'm sending my towel out of the way. Inhale as you soften down through your cow pose. Feel like you can tuck your toes, pulling your hands towards your knees and your knees towards your hands. As you exhale, press away, hands press towards the front of your mat, knees towards the back. Inhale, and this time, start to travel in a circle. Oh, here comes my dog. I thought that he would be napping the whole time, so I'm going to send him out. All right, say bye. Hey, Belle, can someone take Bruno out? All right, and we're back. Inhale, coming down through your cow pose. Exhale, and arching through your cat pose. So when we're rolling in cat-cow, it's a really nice way to get the full range of motion out of our spinal column. Just one more full breath in this direction, because I don't know what you were doing while I was letting the dogs out. At the bottom of your exhale, pause, and then inhale as you go in the opposite direction. I am literally going to laugh about that for the rest of the day. Inhale as you soften down. You can allow your shoulders to tip from one side to the other. As you exhale, hips come over your knees. Inhale, soften down. Exhale, round and arch. Just one more time in this direction. And exhale. At the bottom of your exhale, come to a neutral spine. Now I'm going to grab one of my towels. Actually, I'm going to get a bigger one. And I'm going to set this right down on my mat for my forward leg. We're going to come into half pigeon. And if you know pigeon, you know it can be a very pinchy posture. So I also am going to take an extra towel and kind of fold it up a little smaller. This is going to be for underneath my hip. So I'm going to bring my right leg forward. And as we come into pigeon, there's a lot of different opinions about how we set up into pigeon. And I will just say that oftentimes instructors will say, parallel your shin towards the front of the mat. Now you can see that my shin is not parallel to the front of the mat. It just doesn't work for the structure of my hips. And it may not work for yours, for the structure of your hips, or for the mobility that's in your hips today. So finding your way into your pigeon with your knee bent. Now take the left foot, tuck the toes, internally rotate the left thigh, and then place it down on the mat. And once you arrive here, you're going to be a few inches off of the mat. Take this extra towel and tuck it right in, because you want structure and support here. This is a restorative version of this posture. So I'm going to take my stack, and again, if you have 2 pillows, you can use 2 pillows, 3 pillows. And I'm going to turn this diagonally across the front of my mat so that I can bring my body right down onto these pillows, onto this support. And so again, just like I said in our low lunge, When I'm able to pull my torso away from the mat a bit, this creates a more restorative style of practice. So you can drape your arms over the front or down to the side. You can turn your head and completely rest into this posture. Now you're going to feel a little bit of pinching in the hips, and make sure that anything that you're feeling here is the feeling of stretch and not of pain. And that is the continuum that we're constantly sliding up and down, is trying to find the work that is right in your body right now, without judgment and without expectation or expectation of what, did I say that already once? Of what we think our body should be able to do, or what our body has been able to do in the past. So make sure that you're coming here and arriving in the posture open to whatever your body has to give you right now. And as you settle in, now we're already past the halfway point, what I often refer to as the stretching reflex. And your body you might be feeling yourself settling into the posture a little bit more. And this is a great opportunity to either dig in a little bit deeper, maybe by pressing the left foot into the mat and walking your hips back a little bit. You're going to feel a little bit more pull in the hip structure, or by backing off a little, maybe adding another pillow, maybe pushing your hip support under just a little bit more to give yourself the structure that feels comfortable to you right now. We'll take just 3 more breaths here, settling in, feeling your body in space with extreme gratitude for what your body has to give right now. At the end of your next exhale, slowly start to inhale as you unwind. I'm just setting my props off to the side, and tuck your left toe to pull the right leg back, sending the left knee forward. And let's not get into the side just yet. Send your right leg straight back. Tuck your toe and lift the knee up and off of the mat. This is going to help to neutralize the hip. You can rock from side to side. Feel that delicious opening that you just worked on. Very nice. Tapping that knee to the mat, and then start to set yourself up for pigeon on the opposite side. Left knee is forward, finding your way into the pigeon stretch that makes the most sense on this side of your body. Now you can see my shin is almost parallel to the long right side. I know that my left hip is always my tighter hip, and so this is something that I've come to expect. And so you might be seeing those differences here. So grab your towel or your block. A block can also do this, and put it right underneath the hip, creating that structure, creating that support, and then bring your bolsters or pillows, whatever you have, and bring them right in front of you. Again, you can stay up on your forearms, just like I explained in the last posture. This is going to keep you a little bit more vertical, a little more, a little less deep in this posture. My brain and my mouth are not working in sync right now. This is going to make this posture just a little less pinchy for you, right? So the more vertical you are, the higher you are, the more gentle this posture is going to be. And you can take baby steps down onto your forearms, using your hands to support your chin. Any way that you can find into this posture to create a little bit more ease, a little bit more release of your body weight onto your mat, onto your props. This is how we arrive in our posture and in our bodies. Breathe and observe. Notice the story that is unfolding inside of your body. There is a story being told by your body. It is the story of everything that has ever happened to you. It is the story of all of your workouts, of all of the work that you do, and how your body holds on to strength and to tightness. As we pass the halfway point, maybe digging in a little deeper, or maybe backing off and pulling away to give yourself just a little bit of grace in this posture. Breathe and feel. As you exhale, drawing the belly in towards the spine, drawing the breath right up to the top of your head, feeling the elongation of your spine with the natural curvature in your upper back, completely supported by your props. Just 3 more full breaths here. And with these last 2 breaths, see if you can let go of all of your body weight and allow everything to melt down. At the bottom of your exhale, use your inhale to slowly unwind, setting your props off to the side, rocking onto the right side. Send your right leg long and bring send your left leg long, bring your right shin back to the front of your mat and extend the leg. Imagine that you're in a plank with your right knee down and press away so that you can feel the quadricep engage here. You can feel the length from the crown of your head through your spine out your long left leg with your toes tucked. Just one more full breath here. And at the bottom of your exhale, slowly rock onto one hip, sending your legs forward. We have 2 more postures, and they will be a little bit shorter. So we're gonna start with seated wide leg straddle. And I'm going to show you a couple of tricks for really supporting yourself here. Now, one thing about just the way that we're seated is that oftentimes when we sit, we have a tuck of the tailbone. So I'm going to see if I can turn this way to demonstrate. There we go. All right, so oftentimes we have a tendency of tucking under like such. So if you can see that, one way that you can achieve less tuck is by rolling forward and sticking the tailbone out. This is going to give you the natural low back sway, right? It's not bad. It's not a derivation of the spine. What we're trying to do is bring the spine into its natural curvature so that we can then fold over. One way you can do this is by bringing a towel underneath your gluteals. So by bringing that towel under, or a block, it's helping you to get more vertical here. And once you're here, then we'll start building up our support structure in front of us. So I wanted to turn that way so that you guys can see. So now, here I am, I'm seated. I've got my towel, and I'm gonna extend my legs out. Continue to walk your legs out until you find the straddle that works for you. Now I'm going to take my bolster, and if you have blocks, you can use one block on the horizontal and one block on the vertical. creating a ramp. And again, while it seems a little unsteady, once you put your body weight on it, the body weight is going to hold those blocks into place. Now you can keep your hands up top, or you can bring your hands down to the earth, palms down for stability, for grounding, palms up for giving and receiving. Wherever you land, arrive in your body and allow the weight of your body to dictate the stretch. Listen to what's happening in your inner thighs, in your groin, and make any changes that you feel necessary. Breathe and observe. We're here for just 1 minute. As you pass the halfway point in this stretch, making any changes, maybe walking the feet a little wider, pointing the toes back towards your shins and pressing the heels away to find just a little bit more in the inner thigh, all the way down into the calf muscle, the gastrocnemius. Breathe and observe. Just 3 more breaths here. Your last 2 breaths. And your last full breath. At the bottom of your exhale, slowly come up to a seated position. Sending your bolster, your pillows off to one side, and bringing your feet back to the end of your mat. Now, we're going to set up for Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining frog pose. And you're going to want your ramp behind you. So I'm going to demonstrate what this ramp is going to look like. I'm going to put one of my blocks vertically, one horizontally. But again, if you don't have blocks with you, one thing that you can do is you can put 2 pillows diagonally. I'm going to use my bolster to show that. And then I can put 1 pillow vertically like this. And that's good enough. It's going to do the job. So then you're going to come and place your gluteals right at the edge of your pillow, walking your feet in and bring the soles of your feet together. I'm going to walk my hands back here so that I can just gently bend into my elbows and bring your body right down onto your wedge, the wedge that you created. Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining frog pose, really nice inner thigh and groin stretch. Heart opener. Breathe and observe. Notice the story unfolding in your own body tonight. You can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart to be here right now. Breathe and rest. All is well. Allow your body the time to assimilate the work that you've done tonight. Feeling the release across the clavicle, right across the top of the chest, through the frontal deltoids, the front of your shoulders, through the abdominal wall, As you breathe, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, melt down into your body, into your mat. One more time, deep breath in, and as you exhale, melt down. Slowly sending your hands to either side of you, and gently pressing yourself up to a seated position just for a moment. Sending your bolsters or pillows off to the side. Extend your legs long and gently roll back to a reclining position. Just 2-3 breaths here to reach your fingertips up and overhead. Extend your toes away, making your body as long as possible. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, drawing your knees in one at a time to the chest. Using your arms to give yourself a big hug. Rolling through the low back, massaging. Holding on and gently rock forward and back until you come to a seated position. Legs can be crossed or extended out in front of you, whatever feels right for you. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and let it out. 2 more like that. Inhale. Sigh it out. 1 more time. And sigh it out. Bringing your hands to your heart center. Closing your eyes and taking a silent moment. With extreme gratitude for what your body had to give you today, for your ability to observe, to notice, and to listen to exactly what your body needed. Take a deep breath in, give yourself a bow. Namaste. Great practice, you guys. Thank you so much for coming in and practicing with me. If you have any requests, please text me or message me. I'm happy to create flows that are specific to things that are that you're wondering about, particular poses that you'd like to work on, or parts of the body, upper back, low back, hips. Heart opening. I'm really happy to do anything like that. I will probably be uploading a video this week with the peak pose of wheel, because that's what we were working on at the YMCA before COVID hit. And so I'm going to do that to give a summation of all of that work. And then we're going to be moving into a new peak pose in the next 2 weeks, probably king pigeon, which is pigeon but upright, with maybe some binding and whatnot. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great day wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Take care now. Bye-bye.